Loading it up, getting ready for travel mode. I got some tent stakes down there, got some folding camp chairs down there. I've got, figure out where to put this piece of wood right here. My battery's sort of wedged in. I've got boards all the way around on all sides of them. And got a folding picnic table. Got my indoor folding table that Joe made me. The camera show the light. Got all my outdoor camping gear. Got my that's all my repair and electronic stuff. Never leave home without wires, electrical tape, tools, fuses. I never go anywhere without some way to repair my vehicle on the road. Toolbox. So I'm still loading up. I actually even have my that black bag right there is my car bug out bag, which I'll be showing you guys later. Figured I'd take that just for kicks. And I'm gonna get the I have my boat mattress I'll put in here, and my food. I've got to slip my food up in here yet, big old container. And then I got to get my backpack in here yet, and that's it. A little bit of clothing for the trip. My friend will be coming out soon, and we'll head for the hills, literally. Still charging up my spare batteries here. It's always good to have spares. Very valuable to have spare batteries, especially on a trip like this. For me, power is important. It's one of the things I don't ever plan on living without, even if the system collapses. No reason to. Now the truck's filling up. I've got, if this was a true bug out scenario, I would take my survival books, which I have in a box right there, and I've got my Silverfire Hunter biomass rocket stove that I'll be trying out here. 10 gallons of water. The container underneath there you saw, that's all my food. And then I've got spare electronics and accessories and some projects and experiments. I'm going to be doing a massive experiments out here. Well, we're off the grid out there in the mountains. I've got kitchenware, cookware, pots and pans for 2, food for 2. I've got all my bedding and clothing. Again, if you bug out, you're going to have a lot of junk, so it might look like I have a lot of stuff here, but this is everything that 2 people would need for living long term, literally. With what I have in here, I could exist indefinitely. And that's the whole idea of this scenario, besides building a cottage, but I want to make it sort of fun anyway. And I also have some gear. I want to do a little bit of modifying my kitchen sink. I still have to put the back piece up that hangs up, and then I have a mirror on there, and it'll be nice. It's going to be fun. Now the truck is loaded and ready to roll. It's a lot of stuff, but my friend asked me to bring that green bag. That's all my Ryobi tools. I've got my charger now. I've got more gear than I had planned. He also asked me to bring my generator just in case, because we are building a cottage. It's not just a survival trip, it's also a construction trip. It's packed. So we got a lot of gear once we get there to settle out of here, and got a lot of work to do to set up shop. But you know, this is a mobile construction crew and a survival trip, so it's going to be a lot of gear. That's just how it's going to be. Just in case while I'm gone, I've laid down the solar panels, and see, they're not on the ground. They're by no means are they touching the ground. The feet are holding them off a couple inches in the front, and they're raised about 3-4 inches in the back. But I just wanted to be sure and safe, so I laid these down, the ones that are not hooked up. And now I'm going to work on the big boys that the raccoons keep ripping apart. These wires, the raccoons keep tearing this up on me. So I'm going to make sure they're extra taped and extra secure. I can't believe that the raccoons are able to tear this up like they're doing, but I just want to throw on some extra tape on here, make sure, and then I'm going to use the plastic zip ties, get these things right up in the air, probably secure them up to the beam somehow here so that the little animals can't do any more damage to my solar panels. It's just too much work to come out here and find that my solar panels are discharged all the time, and I don't want to damage my brand new good batteries. Can't afford that. See, here's where they got me. These wires need to be draped up above the wood right here. This is where they got me. Pulling on these wires, pull them down, and then they're wrecking my batteries. Get these things zip tied up better. I got a lot of wires hanging underneath too that I just wasn't concerned with. I had no idea it'd be that big of a deal when I was putting this stuff together. Just had no idea that the coons would give me that much trouble. But now I know. Wrap these things up well. What I'm doing here, hope you can see that. Yeah. Just trying to wrap these wires up more solidly so that they can't ever do that again to me. And up, and then with zip ties. Should help a lot. See, these wires are hanging down, unsecured, just hanging here happily until the coons come along and rip them out. Oh, there's spiders on every one of these plugs. Now when I'm done here, although it's pretty cloudy, there's no real power coming out, I'll be able to go inside and see everything's good. Make sure these are still producing power. Make sure I haven't messed any wires up. In the meantime, well, it's better. Hopefully they won't mess it up now. See, now I've got, these are all, well, Joe had taped that up, which is fine with me. It's up. Up is up. See, I had them hanging here and drooping. Now they're all off the ground, so hopefully that's the end of my problems with the raccoons. Now I'll go in and see if I still have power, and if so, this job is done for now at least. I've wiggled this pretty hard. Joe did a good job in building this, so I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I think that should be fine. That's pretty heavy, so I don't think it's going to move. I couldn't budge it, shaking it. So it should be alright. Well, now the vehicle's packed and fully loaded. Totally loaded. He's got all his bedding and gear and hunting equipment and his tools. So now we're ready to go build a cabin and live in relative comfort in the middle of the mountains. Well, here we go. Going out into the mountains. Gonna be away from civilization. Not that that's a problem for me where I live now anyway, but my friend who's a city slicker is gonna enjoy this outing a little bit. At least I hope so. So we're going up to help my friend. We go back quite a long time. Actually, since I've lived in New York. And finally going to head up and work on his property. Finally, we're going to start building his dream cottage. What do you think? It's going to be a good time, huh? And hopefully we won't suffer too badly in the cold. It might be snow up there in the mountains. What do you think? Maybe not. I'm actually hoping it's going to be cold. It'll make some good video. Huh? Hopefully yes. Well, I got to pay attention to the roads, so see you guys in a while. Heading up into the mountains. A little bit of fall colors. Sadly, it got dark out. It's a gloomy day for a ride, but a little bit of colors coming now. Hope you can see it on the camera anyway. There's more oranges than reds. Good colors. Not many colors where I live, but there's a few nice colored trees up here. Where I live, they pretty much are turning brown and dropping off, but there's a few out here. Well, this is a grid down scenario. The system has collapsed. The grid is down. I'm heading for the mountains. And actually the roads are so narrow here. It's so narrow. They're S-curves, winding tight roads. Look at how tight these curves are. I'm way up in the mountains. Way up in the mountains. We're heading out of here. We're going to get out of Dodge. Head for a high place where it's safe. Where there's less population, and we're going to try to set up a life, set up camp, and just try to live and wait this out. See if society rebuilds, and if not, this is where we stay. And this is what this trip is all about. Just starting over again. And just moving on and existing. This reminds me of Blair Witch Project. All you can see is a little bit of light as I'm running through the forest. There's not even a light. Look, there's a barn. There's buildings here, but there's nothing. Nothing at all out here. It's pitch black. My friend is highlighting my face with his camera, but there's nothing. We are up in the mountains. There's no people out here. There is nothing out here at all.
We're gonna hit dead end, man. Are you sure this is the way to go?
I sure hope so. Well, we got everything we need to live in the back of the truck, so wherever we stop, we're good. We make camp wherever we go. We are deep in the forest. Look at that, just trees. There's reflective markers all over, which is good, because I can barely see anything except for those markers. That's something that at least survives in the grid down. Anyway, marker lights. I don't know if you can see, it's pitch black. I don't know if this shows up at all.
Hold on, you got it.
It is dark.
I think so.
It's darker than dark now.
I don't know.
Well, here's a situation with a grid down scenario. When you bug out, you throw stuff in the vehicle. We did not do this neatly. Now, fortunately, I've got the Larry light. I'm not advertising the Larry light, but look at this. Seriously. Look at this mess. We're here. I have no idea where here is, but we're here. My friend is looking for the entrance to his property. We can't see a thing. Oh, there he's got the spotlight. He found a spotlight. Where's your property?
Well, actually, I got the spotlight. It really works. This is a 500,000 candle light.
Where do we go into the property?
It's let me try again. It's gonna work. It's pretty bright.
Look, so how are we going to do this?
It's okay. It may not look that easy, but it is easy. All you're gonna have to do is when you drive in through this lot right here.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty deep there. Hold this spotlight.
We're going to need four-wheel drive.
Right.
I'm happy I got four-wheel drive.
Exactly. Hold this spotlight with one hand.
Yeah.
With your left hand and drive in slowly through this road. And remember,
that's a road. Look at this.
This is a road.
He's telling me this is a road. Look at this.
This is a road.
This is a road.
And you're going to have to go through and be careful of these big branches and these trees.
Oh boy.
You're going to be going right through them.
This. Okay? Look at this, guys.
I don't even know what
he calls a road.
This point.
This he calls a road. Look at this.
Yes.
That's 3.5 foot tall. This is he's saying is a road. I'm happy I got four-wheel drive. All right, we're going to have to do this really slow and easy.
So how would you like it? How would you
We're
like
just going to have to take it slow and easy with the spotlight on. I'm happy you got the spotlight. All right, well, got to close up the back.
Yeah, we have.
Again, when you bug out, this was not neatly thrown in. We threw everything in fast, and now we have to. Now we're at our bug out location at our shelter, and oh, by the way, we have water. Water is something you have to have on hand. My friend had that with him, but anyway, now that we're here, we got to find a way, find everything. Lights first. I found my light, but I got a big, nice flashlight in here, and we have to set up camp. It's going to be a long, late night. I can't see. It's so dark out. I don't want to fall. There's a ditch here. I gotta be careful I don't fall into the ditch. I gotta be careful because you can't tell what's road and what's weeds. Look, the weeds are as high as the hood of the truck. Here we go. I made it through the ditch. Okay. Look at this, is dense. This is really dense out here. This is just trees. Just nothing but trees out here. Look at the size of that old tree. He's leading me the way. Sure hope this shows up on camera. Well, you can tell this has not been touched in years. Nothing's been out here for years. Hope you can at least see something here with the driving. My camera keeps falling down deeper and deeper. There's some trees down across the path. I'm not sure where he's taking me. Tomorrow we'll have to figure out where we'll put the solar, if there's any clearings anywhere. Oh, I hope I don't hit that tree. I just got a tree hit me through my window. I am so happy I've got four-wheel drive. Ow. Where are we going? Are we going to park right here or are you going in deeper? This is it? This is where we're going to spend the night?
Yeah, we can put all the gears here.
Alright, well, we're sheltered. We're right deep nestled in underneath some pine trees.
What do you think?
Deep. Well, we're definitely protected here. It's completely hidden under the pine trees right here. This is dense. Go up. Oh, look at that. There's a serious, just a canopy above us. Wow. I mean, this is dense. This is good.
Okay, the chunk of the base of these trees look pretty solid. I think we should be fine.
Yeah, I think we should be good. This is a good place to hang out for the night.
In case anything else,
this is dense.
It's got a lot of branches. You can also try to climb up.
Yeah, this is good.
For putting our solar lights up there, maybe.
Got my Mr. Beams light hanging on a tree. and I don't know if you can see now, this camera absorbs light, but well, look here, we've got all our gear on the ground. Got the kitchen sink. You know when they joke about you brought everything including or everything but the kitchen sink, well, I got the kitchen sink. Got everything here. We're getting all the gear out, getting stuff ready. We've got the tarp and the poles over here, and we've laid out the tarp, and what we're going to do is set up our camp, our shelter here. That tarp absorbs the light too. Well, anyway, we're going to string up our shelter here in between the trees. So I've got my Mr. Beam's lantern hanging up, and we're going to set up our new home in the middle of the wilderness. You can see our table clearly by the light of nothing but my Larry light hanging in a tree. This is amazing. Now I've got here a French press with some good old coffee brewing, and we're going to start our camp outright. We've got our table here, and I've got a tarp for tablecloth to keep the table clean. Keeps it easier to maintain, and that gives me space underneath the table for storage of some items that might be moisture sensitive. Although we do have, you won't see it, there's a tarp above us. This whole campsite is now underneath the tarp. But anyway, I've got some experiments. I've got this popcorn popper that I brought out. I'm going to try to cook popcorn over the biomass stove that I brought with me. So that's going to be a fun experiment later on. Actually, I think I'm going to bring it out right now and play with it a bit. But there we have it, our first cup of coffee. What do you think, my old friend? Our new bug out location.
Pretty exciting.
I think it's peaceful.
I think anyone from anywhere is here right now with us. It's been an awesome experience.